guys, I am back with the explanation of another PMP scenario, and this time we have Agile monitoring scenario with us. It's a very interesting and I would say confusing one. Let me read out the scenario and then we will check the option choices. You are going over the velocity of your Agile team and notice that it has increased over the last 2 iterations. What might be the reason for this? The important terminologies that we need to focus on is that team velocity is being reviewed for an Agile team, and it has increased over the last 2 iterations, which is a good sign that the team velocity or the team is performing better. So before I proceed with the explanation of this question with the available option choices followed by the correct answer, we need to understand that what is team velocity. Team velocity is a metric, a KPI in Agile teams that determines the performance or the rate at which the team is performing in an Agile Scrum project, right? So, of course, the higher velocity means the team is performing good. And with respect to the previous sprints, if their velocity is getting is increased, is decreased, then they are performing low. So in this scenario, the velocity, which is actually calculated by the number of story points completed or marked as done in a particular sprint by the overall team, is being increased for the last 2 sprints or iterations. Now let's check the answer choices and let's check that what could be the reason for this. A, the productivity of one team member has increased. So an Agile team can have multiple team members up to 10 as per the best practices of Scrum framework. If the productivity of any team member or a couple of team members increases, it automatically means that they are performing better, which automatically means that their work is going to be considered or is going to be contributed towards the team velocity metric, right? So I would say A is is a very obvious thing to consider, or option A directly proportionates with the better or improved performance, right? So we are going to keep option A. Option A, actually leads to this situation. So when I posted this question on the LinkedIn poll, I got that feedback that just one member does not contribute to the Agile team performance, and it's like everybody who is working and they contribute to the overall increment or the product that you are making as part of any iteration. I totally agree. I totally understand with that, but that doesn't warrant that if a person is improving, like one team member in the team is improving their work, that would not contribute towards the value delivery. That also would contribute towards the value delivery, right? Yes, in Agile we work as a team. In Agile, the increment is produced as a team effort. But saying that everybody should be working really hard, everybody should be improving performance to increase velocity, ideally yes. But if one person is contributing towards that with their improved performance, along with the others with their usual performance, can't that be a possibility? That is a possibility. So we are going to keep with option A. Let's check option B. Option B says the team no longer tests each card because they already know how that it works. Of course, option B is not the choice, because no matter whatever the situation is, skipping that testing or QA step in any iteration is not even a choice to consider. Verification process is needed. A definition of done is needed at a team's level. A QA or QC process is needed at a team's level. So all of that is needed, right? So team is skipping some important check and balance mechanism and expecting that the the work would be improved or the performance would be increased. That doesn't make sense. So B is out. C, the team estimated the story points more accurately. So when I posted this question on the link, this is the choice that people, the majority of the people went with, right? And I would say that yes, at the look of it, we would be very tempted to go with this choice because the way it is crafted actually would make you believe that this is the right choice, because team is estimating accurately, so they are achieving it accurately as well. But if you carefully think about this option C, you would understand that betterment in estimation activity, which happens in the planning phase of the sprint, does not guarantee the betterment of the performance. Let me give you an example. For instance, in a sprint, in any particular sprint, not these two to one, but like any sprint previous to these two, the team used to estimate really poorly. For instance, they used to estimate 30 story points as a team when they were barely completing 20. Like 20 is the maximum they were able to achieve. Right? So estimating or planning 30 and delivering 20, there is a differential in there. There is a delta or variance in there, right? So poor estimation leads to poor delivery, right? And poor delivery in terms of completion, that what you committed, you were not able to fulfill that, right? Now, in these two iterations, if they are able to estimate accurately, for instance, now they are like based on their past sprints, they are now estimating 22 story points, right? And in one of these two iterations where the performance is good, they are able to complete 21 story points when they estimated 22, right? So they still are completing the same level of work. How does the good estimation or accurate estimation led to the improved performance? The accurate estimation would lead to the less variance or would lead to the less delta, which actually would impact your upcoming sprints velocity or estimated velocity. But that does not guarantee the performance of the team in that sprint. You're getting my point? So just because the team is estimating the story cards more accurately does not guarantee that their performance would become better with that. Right? That would guarantee that what they are committing, they are fulfilling. If they are committing 20 story points, they should be in a position to deliver somewhere around 20, ideally 20, but somewhere around 20, like 19 or 21 or 18 or 22. But it should not be like a major delta because of poor estimation. So accurate estimation will lead to accurate planning. That would help like in the planning of the upcoming sprints, but that does not guarantee that the performance of the team would increase with more story points, right? Or the velocity would increase. No, not really. Velocity would not increase with that. They are just fulfilling what they are committing. With option C, they are fulfilling what they are committing. If they are committing 30 story points, they are fulfilling it. If they are committing 20 story points, they are able to fulfill it. But to improve the performance, team needs to improve some working measures like more resources or better resources or maybe better understanding of the scope or maybe some automation, some optimizations that could proceed to more value-added work followed by the more velocity, right? But only the correct estimation of the story points would not guarantee that the velocity would increase. The velocity would be more appropriate. That's correct. But velocity would increase. That is not a guarantee with option C alone. So option C, although you were very tempted to believe that accurate estimation would lead to increase velocity, this is not the rule of thumb. Right? So C is not the correct answer. But yes, if you have some measures along with the accurate estimation to improve velocity, then C along with some measures could make sense, but that's not what we have stated in option C. Then option D, the product owner removes some features from the backlog. If the first of all, product owner removing some features, that's not the best practice. But even if this is the case, then that would actually reduce velocity, not improve velocity. Right? So D definitely is not the choice to go with, at least in this situation. Right? So A is the right answer to this question. The productivity of one team member has increased. And with the increase of that productivity, automatically that has a direct impact on the overall velocity of that sprint, right? So I know even A could be like a little misleading, or could be like a little difficult to absorb, but out of the given choices, A is the most appropriate choice that one could believe or one could think about for the increased velocity reason. C is not the right thing, and B and D doesn't make sense in this situation, right? So is the right answer. If you still have any doubts, if you still have concerns, or if you have anything to add, feel free to let us know in the comment area. We will be waiting for your response. Take care. I will be back with the explanation of another PMP scenario. Goodbye till then.